Hi everyone, welcome to the session of ECA Electronic Circuit Analysis. In this class, we will see what is higher order harmonic distortion, what is the value of distortion by the use of 5-point method. So we will see this topic in this session and some related problems. So in previous session, we have already covered what is distortion, how many types of distortions are there, and what is harmonic distortion. In power amplifiers, harmonic distortion plays a major role. So that's why we are considering harmonic distortion, or we can also call it as amplitude distortion. Okay. So what is harmonic distortion? That is by the component, that is 2 omega, we have more distortion at the output. That is due to the second harmonic frequency component, we have more distortion at the output. So that's why we have calculated the value, that is what is second harmonic distortion, by the use of 3-point method. So these topics we have covered in previous session. Similarly, what is the power when we have some distortion. So now in the same manner, we will also find out the harmonic distortion due to higher order frequencies. Okay. So what is as the nonlinearity increases, automatically harmonic distortion also increases. So as the nonlinearity increases, automatically harmonic distortion also increases. So nonlinearity means we have some distortion at the output. That means output is not exactly reproduced as that of the input because of the distortion. Okay, that means we cannot have some linear curve. So that is called nonlinearity. And if we have some nonlinearity, we may say that we have some distortion, or we can say that we have some distortion in the output. So as the nonlinearity increases, the order of harmonic distortion also increases. That means if we have more number of harmonics, automatically nonlinearity increases. Or if nonlinearity increases, harmonic distortion also increases. Okay. And what is the mathematical expression of output current? If here we are using 5-point method to calculate the distortion, higher order harmonic distortion. So let us find out the distortion. And first of all, what is the output current? In previous session, we have already derived the collector current. That is, what is the input current? Input current is base current. Output current is collector current. So base current is mathematically represented as IBM cos omega t. If you are applying some input AC signal to the power amplifier, then the signal at the base terminal is mathematically expressed as IBM cos omega t. And if IB is the base current, then IC is the collector current, that is output current. So then IC is mathematically expressed as G1 IB plus G2 into IB square. If you have two harmonic frequencies, that is, if you consider second harmonic frequency, that is the equation. And here we are considering higher order harmonics. That means we are considering more number of harmonics. So that's why this equation becomes C1 IB plus C2 IB square plus C3 IB cube plus C4 into IB power 4. And if you consider more number of harmonics, then this equation becomes G5 IB power 5, G6 IB power 4, and IB power 6, and so on. Okay. So that means as the number of harmonics increases, automatically nonlinearity increases. So this is the output current or collector current in terms of base current, in terms of IB. Okay. Where IB is equal to IBM cos omega. So substitute that value in this equation. Then IC is equal to G1 into IBM cos omega t plus Z2 into IBM cos square omega t plus Z3 into IB, that is cube and square, cos cube omega t plus Z4 IBM cos power 4 omega t. So if you simplify the equation, then this will become IC is equal to B0 plus B1 cos omega t plus B2 cos 2 omega t plus P3 cos 3 omega t plus P4 cos 4 omega t. Okay. So this is the simplified equation. And next, so this is the output current waveform. And here on x-axis we have DC bias value, that is omega t, let us consider, and y-axis we have some collector current I. And here we are considering 5 points. 5 points to find out the distortion, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And next, the total collector current including the DC bias can be written as. That means if you consider ICQ value, ICQ is the quiescent current when we are applying some DC voltage. Okay, so we have this current in the circuit, so that's why we are considering this one, that is quiescent current also. So this equation becomes IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos omega t plus B2 cos omega t and plus B3 cos 3 omega t plus B4 cos 4 omega t, where this one is ICQ plus B0 is the DC component, and B1, B2, B3 and B4 are the amplitude of this. B1 is the amplitude of fundamental component. This is not a harmonic component, but B2, B3, B4 and so on, those are the harmonics. B2 is second harmonic component, B3 is third harmonic component, B4 is fourth harmonic component. Okay, so consider 5 instants as shown in the figure at point 1. So this is point 1. Okay, so at point 1, what is omega t? This is omega t. Okay, so omega t is 0. At this point, omega t is 0. Similarly, at this point, what is collector current? Collector current is equal to I max. Substitute these values in this equation. It is in this equation. Okay, so that is IC becomes I max, because at point 1, IC is I max. I max is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1. What is omega t? Omega t is 0. That is cos 0, cos 0, 1. So B1 plus B2 into cos 2 into 0. That is cos 0, 1. B2 plus B3 cos 0. That is B3. B4 cos 0. That is B2. Consider that equation as first equation. Similarly, at point 2. Point 2 means at this point. Okay. So at this point, what is omega t? Omega t is pi by 3. And at this point, what is collector current? That is I1 by 2. I1 by 2. Substitute those two values. Then at point 2, in this equation. So at point 2, IC is I1 by 2 is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos pi by 3. Okay, cos pi by 3 is 60. Cos 60. So cos 60 is 1 by 2. That is point. Okay. So this equation becomes IC plus ICQ plus B0 plus 0.5 B1 plus B2 into cos 2 into 60. That is cos 120. Cos 120 is minus 0.5 and plus B3 cos 3 into 60. So that is minus 1 and plus B4 into cos 4 omega. That is 4 into 60. That is 240. That is minus point B4. So consider this one as second equation. So in the similar manner, at point 3, substitute. At point 3 is this point. At this point, what is omega t? Omega t is pi by 2 and IC is IC. So this equation becomes ICQ is equal to IC. ICQ is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 into cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is, so this one. So cos pi by 2, this term becomes 0 because cos 90 0. So that is this term becomes 0 plus B2 into cos 2 into 90 cos 180, that is minus 1 minus B2 plus B3 into cos 3 into 90, thus that term becomes 0 and B4 into cos 4 omega t. So that is plus B. Consider this one as third equation. So at point 4, so this is point. At point 4, omega t is 2 pi by 3. Omega t 2 pi by 3 and IC is I minus 1 by 2. Substitute those two values in this equation. Then I minus 1 by 2 is equal to ICQ plus B0 minus 0.5 B1 minus 0.5 B2 plus B3 minus 0.5 B. Similarly, at 0.5, omega t is 5. At 0.5, omega t is 5 and collector current is I minimum. So, equation becomes I minimum is equal to ICQ plus B0 minus B1 plus B2 minus B3 plus B4. Consider this one as next equation. So, if you simplify all these equations, for B1, B2, B3 and B4 and B0. So, then we have B0, B1, B2 and B3, B4. Like B0 is 1 by 6 of I max plus 2 I 1 by 2 plus 2 I minus 1 by 2 plus I minimum. Similarly, B1 1 by 3 of I max plus I 1 by 2 minus I minus 1 by 2 minus I minimum. And B2 is 1 by 4 into I max minus 2 into ICQ plus I minimum. And B3 is 1 by 6 into I max minus 2 I 1 by 2 plus 2 I 1 by 2 minus I minimum. And B4 becomes 1 by 12 into I max minus 4 I 1 by 2 plus 6 ICQ minus 4 I 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus I minimum. Okay. So these are the equations of B0, B1, B2, B3 and B. So if you want to find out the distortion due to fourth harmonic frequency, then the equation becomes D4 is equal to B mod B4 by B1 into 100. So similarly, if you want to find out the nth harmonic distortion, higher order harmonic means that may be nth harmonic distortion. Okay, so here we have B4 as the maximum harmonic component. So if you have n harmonic components, n number of harmonic components, then the distortion becomes Dn is equal to mod Bn by B1. Okay, so here the in this case the higher order distortion is B4. This is the maximum distortion. This is the higher order component, harmonic component. So that's why distortion becomes mod B4 by mod B1 into 100. So if you want to find out higher order harmonic, that means if you have some 5 harmonic frequencies, 6 or 7 and so on. So in order to find out nth harmonic distortion, the formula becomes Dn is equal to mod Bn by B1. In terms of percentage, this will become percentage Dn is equal to mod Bn by B1 into 100. Okay. So this method uses 5 points. This method uses 5 points. So that's why this method also be called as 5-point method. Okay. So let us do some problem on this topic. So problem is, a power amplifier supplies 3 watts of power to a load of 6 kilo ohms. That means we are connecting some load to the power amplifier and it supplies 3 watts of power to that load or loudspeaker. So loudspeaker value is 6 kilo ohms or load value RL value is 6 kilo ohms. So here the zero signal DC collector current is 55 milliamps. So here the DC collector current is 55 milliamps. Zero signal DC collector current means we are not applying any AC signal. Zero signal we are applying. That is AC signal is 0 and we are applying some DC. That is VCC. In that case, the collector current is represented as ICQ. When we are applying DC voltage for the circuit, in that case, the collector current becomes the quenching current. That is ICQ. So ICQ is equal to 55 milliamps. And the collector current with signal is 60 milliamps. Collector current with signal means we are applying AC signal. If you are applying AC signal, in that case, the current becomes 60 milliamps. And that will be represented as ICQ plus V0. In terms of V0, we are writing it as ICQ plus V0. This is the current. This is the current when we are applying AC signal. And this is the current when we are not applying any AC signal. Okay. Let us remember these. That is the difference between the zero signal collector current and current with some AC signal. Okay. That is 60 milliamps. And how much is the percentage of second harmonic distortion? So here we have to calculate the percentage of second harmonic distortion, that is D2, percentage of D2. So what is the formula to find out the distortion? D2 is equal to mod B2 by B1 into 100. Okay, in terms of percentage, or D2 is equal to B2 by B1. So here we have to find out B2 and B1 values to find out the distortion. Okay, let us find those two values. So here the given data is RL is equal to 6 kilo ohms, load is 6 kilo ohms, and DC collector current ICQ is 55 milliamps, and the collector current with signal is 60 milliamps, that is ICQ plus B0 is 60 milliamps. So this is the increased DC current due to harmonic content in the signal. Because of some harmonic, we have this type of current. And from this equation, what is B0? B0 is equal to 60 milliamps minus ICQ. Okay, so that is 60 milliamps minus ICQ is 55 milliamps. So 60 minus 55, that is 5 milliamps. So B0 is equal to 5 milliamps, and we know B0 is equal to B2. B0 is equal to B2, that is equal to 5 milliamps. In previous session, we have already derived the equation. So already we know in the 3-point method, we have already derived this equation. B0 is equal to B2. So if you know the value of B0, then that is equal to B2. So here B0 is 5 milliamps. So that's why B2 is also 5 milliamps. Okay. And here we know the current. We know the power. Power amplifier supplies 3 volts of power to the load. So that is PAC is equal to 3 volts. So that is PAC is equal to, what is power formula? If we have second harmonic distortion, that is we are considering 2 harmonic frequencies. That is up to 2 omega 2f, we are considering the power. So because here the question is how much is the percentage of second harmonic distortion. Okay, so that's why what is the power if you consider 2 second harmonic frequency, that is 2 omega. So PAC is equal to half B1 square RL plus half B2 square RL. We know the formula. And if you consider more number of harmonics, then this power becomes half B1 square RL plus half B2 square RL plus half B3 square RL plus half B4 square RL, and so on. Okay. So here we are taking up to second harmonic frequency. So that's why PAC is equal to half B1 square RL plus half B2 square RL. What is PAC? PAC is 3. So 3 is equal to half into RL into B1 square plus B2 square. And 3 is equal to half into what is RL? Load is 6 kilo ohms. So that is 6 into 10 cube into B1 square. We should find out the value plus what is B2? BT is 5 milliamps. So 5 into 10 power minus 3 whole square. So if you simplify the equation, then B1 is equal to 31.22 milliamps. Okay. So this is B1 value. This is B2 value. And what is distortion? Distortion DT is equal to B2 by B1. So what is B2? B2 is 5 milliamps by B1 is 31.2 milliamps. So that is 0.1601. So here the problem is in terms of percentage, what is the harmonic distortion, second harmonic distortion? So that is into 100. D2, this is normal D2 value, and in terms of percentage, that is percentage D is equal to 0.1601 into 100, that is 16.01%. This is the distortion. Okay. And next, let us see the problem of class A, that is series fed class A. So a series fed class A power amplifier is shown in the figure. Operates from DC source and applies sinusoidal input signal, generates peak base current 9 milliamps. Calculate the quiescent current ICQ. Second one, quiescent voltage VCQ. Third one, DC input power PDC. Fourth one, AC output power PAC. Fifth one, efficiency. And assume beta is 50, VB is 0.7. Okay, so if it is not given, then we have to assume these two values. So let Let us remember these two values. Okay. So this is the circuit and this is class A power amplifier. For this amplifier, load is 16 ohms and VCC is 20 volts. And here we have some coupling capacitor also. So here we have to find out these 5 values. First one, quiescent current ICQ. Already we know the formula ICQ, that is ICQ is equal to beta into IBQ. We know the formula. There is a relation between IC and IC. IC is beta into IB, or else ICQ is equal to beta into IB. So to find out ICQ value, we know beta, but we have to find out IBQ. Okay. So what is IBQ? IBQ is equal to VCC minus VBE by RB. From the circuit, this is the base current. So this is the base current. So in order to find out the base current, if you apply the KVL for that loop, for this loop, then this equation becomes VCC. Here we have VCC minus, here we have some VBE voltage, base to emitter voltage. So VCC minus VBE by RB. We have some base resistance. So that is 20. Here VCC is 20 minus VBE means 0.7 by RB. What is RB? RB is 1.5 kiloohms base resistance. So 1.5 kiloohms. This is the base current, let us assume. And here we have VCC as the initial voltage and VBE as the final voltage. And this is the resistance RB. And we have IBQ is equal to VCC minus VBE by RB. And if you simplify the equation, 12.87 milliamps is the base current. Okay. And next, if you know the base current, what is collector current? ICQ is equal to beta into IBQ. That is, what is beta? Beta is 50 into IBQ is 12.87 milliamps. So that is 643.5 milliamps. This is IC. Next, second question is VCQ. That is collector to emitter voltage. So if you apply KVL for this loop, this is VCC. VCC, this is RC. Let us consider the collector current is IC. And here we have collector to emitter voltage because this is collector and this is emitter. The voltage between these two terminals becomes VCE or VCEQ. So if you apply KVL for this loop, then VCC is equal to ICQRL plus VCEQ. So here we have one voltage VCC. Here the voltage drop becomes ICQ into RL. This is RL and the current is ICQ. And here we have one voltage, that is VCEQ. So if you apply KVL, VCC becomes VCC is equal to ICQRL plus VCEQ. So from this equation, VCEQ is equal to VCC minus ICQRL. You know VCC is 20 minus ICQ is 643.5 milliamps into RL. RL is 16 ohms. So 16 is equal to 9.7 ohms. Okay. Next, third bit. What is third bit? Third bit is DC input power. So DC power. We know DC power. What is DC power for class A series pair? VDC is equal to DC voltage into DC current. That is VCC is the DC voltage into current is ICQ. So VCC into ICQ. VCC is 20 and ICQ is 643.5 milliamps. That is 12.81 ohms. This is the DC power. And what is AC power? That is the next bit, fourth bit. AC output power. So AC output power is here we have to find out that value. So peak current is 9 milliamps. We know. So IB is 9 milliamps because in the question it is already mentioned that the sinusoidal input signal generates peak base current. That is, if you are applying some sinusoidal input, then it generates the peak base current. It generates base current as 9 milliamps. So that is IB peak value. IB current is, when we are applying some AC signal, IB current is 9 milliamps. This is not IBQ. No, this is only IB. That is, we are applying some sinusoidal signal. So IB is 9 milliamps. Then IC is beta into IB. So what is beta? Beta is 50. IB is 9 milliamps. So that is 450 milliamps. That is the peak voltage. IC is 450 milliamps. This is the IC current, peak voltage. peak current. And in terms of RMS, what is the current? We know if you have some peak current, Im value, then what is the RMS value? Im by root 2. Okay. So here peak current means Im value. What is RMS value? RMS is IRMS is equal to Im by root or IC peak by root. That is one peak current. Okay. Current of one peak. So that is 450 milliamps by root 2. This will become 318.19 milliamps. This is RMS. Okay. And next, what is power? PAC is, we know the relation. So PAC is equal to I square RL. I square RL. In terms of RMS, IRMS square into RL. So IRMS is 318.19 into 10 power minus 3 whole square. IRMS square into RL is 60. So that is 1.61 watts. This is AC current. Okay, AC output current. And if you know the DC current, if you know the DC power, this is the AC output power, 1.61 watts. If you know the DC power, that is 12.87 watts. What is the efficiency? This is the input DC power. This is the AC output power. Efficiency is AC output power by DC input power. That is PAC by PDC into 100. PAC is 1.61 watts by PDC is 12.87 watts into 100. That is 12.58%, which is very low. So efficiency is very low for a series fed class A power amplifier. Okay. So that is the problem on class A series fed amplifier. So thank you.